Good afternoon, everyone on Zoom, of course, and everyone in the auditorium. And welcome to the Year 4 Meet the Team. Lovely to have you all here and, of course, online. We've had a fantastic week getting the children all back in. Year 4 team and I have had a fantastic week having them all back in, getting to know them, seeing those wonderful smiling faces. They really have been really eager to learn, even after getting up early in the morning. They've been absolutely amazing, really fantastic settling back in, getting back into those classroom routines. Year 4 is a fantastic year. We've really been seeing the children grow across the year, which is maybe not good for you parents, I know they're your precious little ones, but they really do grow into passionate, really young learners. So it really is one of the fantastic year groups to be in. You know, the Year 4 team and our doors are always open. Please contact us at any time, anything little to anything large. And we really do have that open door policy as we do across the whole of West. So I do want to start by introducing, of course, the team. So I am Miss Brunton and I am head of Year 4. I'm going to my 5th year as head of year, and I've been working as part of the Wellington brand at GEMS for 8 years now. Back in England, I've taught across all key stages. So, but I have to say, like I said in the introduction, Year 4 is definitely my favourite year. And I absolutely love being in it. One part is I absolutely love teaching fractions, which did make my team laugh last year. Yes, I love fractions. I try and get that passion across to the children as well. So get ready for the fractions topics as well. Like I said, been teaching for a number of years. And Year 4 is definitely my favourite. Really enjoy getting across the passion and a love for school, which is what a quote was from a head boy a few years ago said that Miss Brunton made me love school. So I think that's a great way to kind of summarise it there. So I'm going to pass you over so the rest of the team themselves as well. So I'd like to pass you over to Mr. Lucas, who is 4B.
Hi guys. Yeah, my name is Mr. Lucas. I'm teaching 4B this year. I also been here 8 years now. So yeah, really looking forward to getting to know everyone and getting back to it with kids. My area has always been more science and the STEAM subjects around that. So again, we're hoping to get that really involved with children and enjoy some of their learning. I'll keep it nice and simple with Miss Hill.
Hello everybody, I'm Samantha Hill. I'm a teacher in 4C this year. I've been working for GEMS for 3 years here in Dubai, and I've been teaching for over 10 years back in the UK as well. I was in Year 5 last year, so I've got lots of experience on where the children are going, and I love teaching Year 4, and I've got a few years experience teaching Year 4 in the UK as well. I also lead STEAM at the Academy, so have a good interest in art and DT and love teaching all the creative subjects. I'll pass on to 4D.
Hello, I'm Sam Forrest, Mr. Forrest, class 4D teacher. I'm going into my 9th year of teaching. I taught in the UK for 5 years, all across Key Stage 2, so Year 4, Year 5, Year 6. Most of my experience is in Year 4. I taught in China for 3 years too, so I've had lots of experience with children from all around the world and international teaching there too. This is my first year in Dubai, so I'm new to Dubai, I'm new to the school, and very excited to be part of the Year 4 team teaching your children. I'll pass you on to Miss Cooper now.
Thank you. Hi everybody, my name is Miss Cooper and I am the 4E teacher. I'm in my 8th year of teaching now. This is my 4th year in Dubai. I have taught in Years 2, Years 3 and Years 4. So experience across a number of year groups. My big interest in school is maths, and it's something that I will be working lots on this year. And yeah, that's about me really. So now I'll pass on to Miss Young.
Hello, my name is Jenna Young and I'm a Year 4 teacher, Year 4F. I'm also moral education and wellbeing leader at the school. I'm going into my 13th year of teaching, 9th in Dubai, so I did 4 years back in Brighton in England. I'll pass you on to Miss Carrington.
Hi everyone, I'm Miss Carrington, 4G teacher, and I'm delighted to be back in Year 4 this year. I did teach Year 3 at this school last year, so I am familiar with quite a few of the children who are in the year group. I am now in my 12th year of teaching and my 9th with Wellington Brand and in Dubai. And yeah, I'm really excited to be teaching year 4 and leading social studies across both primary and secondary at the academy. And I'll pass over to Mr. Kane.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. My name is Mr. Stephen Kay. I am temporarily taking over from 4H until our new teacher arrives. I have been teaching far too long, around about 17 years, I think it is now. But I will be honest with you, this was a real great opportunity for me to get back in the classroom, and so far I am really enjoying it in 4H. So I'm very happy to have that, and it's great to see you all. I'm going to pass back now to Miss Brunton, and she's going to talk you through some of our year 4 formalities.
Thank you very much. I'm going to introduce you because it's not just our teaching staff who make everything possible here at the Academy in course year 4. We couldn't get by as a teacher's best friend with our teaching assistants. We're very lucky to have 4 teaching assistants in year 4. And of course, as you can see from the screen, we share those teaching assistants. They're really experienced, passionate about helping the children, and we even have, our teaching assistants are very highly skilled, with one of them being a previous maths teacher themselves. So they have many great assets to help support and develop and help those children make progress within the classrooms as well. So really are a great asset to the Wellington Academy. I'm now going to pass you over back to Mr. Forrest, who's going to talk to you a little bit about some of the general day-to-day things and some of the school timing as well.
Okay, so just going to go through some general points to really make the most of your child's day. So at this school, we really like to dress for success. So we really focusing on full uniform, wearing it with pride, being really proud of our school and where we are. So the uniform policy must be followed. Later in this presentation, there will be a little bit of a in-depth look at what the uniform looks like. On P days, the children can come into their classrooms and into school in their P kits, just saves time getting changed. Children bringing in their swimming kits to change into, if it's lesson 1, they can wear it under their uniform once again, just to make it more time efficient. And swimming in primary schools is mixed gendered, so boys will be swimming with the girls from foundation stage 1 through to year 6. And all items labelled, including shoes, lunch boxes, snack boxes. It's inevitable that some children will have the same things, and just to avoid all of the unnecessary problems with that, just please ensure that everything is labelled with your child's name. As it's getting a little bit cooler, the children are having a bit more of an opportunity to go outside and enjoy having time outside. So please ensure that they bring hats every day to make sure they're protected from the sun. And really going for that 100% attendance. So please report any absences to the email address on the screen by 7:30. And it's really important that they arrive on time. We'll look at the pick up and drop off information on the next slide. Children in year 4, they do have a morning task. So as soon as they come into school, they will be learning from the first minute. So if your child is late, they've already missed out on some of their learning that their teachers have provided for them. Any medical issues that you find out from now, please report to our school doctor so we can keep them safe, so we know all about the information. And please contact the school and our email address of the teacher, of your class's teacher, us here, before 11 AM if they are not on the bus, and if you change to pick your child up, just so we're not frantically looking around at the end of the day, just so it's very efficient. So please message before 11 if you change your mind about the pickup. And already in year 4, we've been sharing lots of photographs and videos of your children learning at our school. All of the children are they are okay to be on social media. If you would like your child not to be on social media, you need to opt out of this by sending the email on this slide here. We really enjoy sharing our teaching with you. It's a really fantastic way to see what goes on in our classrooms. And last year, the school timings. So Monday to Thursday, drop-off time will be 7:15 to 7:50 for year 4 students. So in that time, if your child arrives in that time, they will have a morning task to do. So their learning starts as soon as they enter the classroom. And Monday to Thursday, they will be picked up at 2:45 at the year 4 pickup point. On Friday, it's 7:15 to 7:50 again, and the pickup time is 12 p.m. ECAs, which run from Tuesday to Thursday, will be 3:10 to 4:10.
Okay, on the screen you can see an example of our typical timetable. This example one, you will be getting the one specific for your classes come through on the weekly email tomorrow. That will give you an overview of the learning and the lessons that are happening on each day of the week, including specialists, which you can see highlighted on the timetable, and what to expect for each day. This is a working document, so sometimes things do change depending on visits, trips and things like that, but mostly we will stick to what you can see on there. So the children will have a PE lesson and a separate swimming lesson per week, as well as French and music, Arabic A and B 3 times a week, and Arabic A has an extra session as well. So you will have specialist teachers for those, which will be your point of contact for your specialist subjects. You will also be receiving in due course a curriculum overview. This is a great opportunity for you to look at all the exciting things that you'll be doing, your children will be learning about across the term, and really helps you to understand exactly what's going on. So I know you might have questions about what are they learning next in maths or in English or in themes. So it gives you a chance to be able to support them at home as well, especially with their homework. So that's the curriculum overview. And the next slide is about the school transport service. So you may or may not want to opt into service, which is run by STS. And on the screen, you can see the exact timings that the buses arrive and that they leave daily. And there's an email address and a phone number at the bottom of your screen for you to contact STS should you wish to take up this option for your children.
Okay, so as Mr. Forrest said earlier, we like children to come into school and be dressed for success and ready to learn. We really notice that when they are dressed smartly, they are taking pride in their appearance and they're taking pride in the work that they're doing as well. So the uniform is displayed on screen. So for boys, you've got the blue shirt and navy trousers or shorts, and then your child will have a tie in their house colour. And then the same for girls, there's blue blouse. They've got the option of the sport or the trousers or floral dress. And then there's a necktie as well in the house colours. There's some examples as well with pictures of what we expect. Just a reminder that black trainers are not acceptable. It does need to be black school shoes. With regards to the bag, we do expect all children to come to school with a Wellington school bag in their house colour. We do not accept brightly coloured bags. If it's not available from Threads, we do understand that, but please do send a dark coloured bag in line with our school colours. With our PE uniform, again, similarly, it's all house coloured. So you've got the swim uniform on the left-hand side, and there is a school swim cap. And then on the right-hand side, you can see the T-shirts and shorts, and some lovely examples of children who we believe are ready for their PE lessons. There isn't a hoodie in the PE uniform or in the formal uniform. So if children wish to wear a jumper, they should wear their formal school jumper. As I mentioned, all children are assigned a house, which obviously is reflected in their uniforms. We take real pride in our house system, and it really is underpinned throughout our reward system as well. So throughout the year, in all lessons in year 4, children will collect house points, and these house points will go towards the whole school house total. This runs all the way through from primary up to secondary as well. At the end of the term, these house points well, they're all added together every single week, and then at the end of the term, the house points come together, and the house with the most points will receive a reward. So it really is an incentive to get the children working towards their house points. And these can be earned from lots of things: from behaviour, the way the children walk around school, for showing respect, for displaying HBL skills in their learning, collaborating with others, and of course being dressed for success as well. I'm going to pass on.
Right, so I'm going to talk about home learning. Home learning is on the Padlet. The Padlet has, the first column on the Padlet has the home learning menu. The home learning menu details 4 main tasks that we expect the children to do once a week. The main one is Century. So the children will all have a login to a Century program, which is just an online program where we can set the children English, maths and science tasks for them to do at home. We also expect them to learn their spellings every week, do times tables, practice their times tables, and of course reading. A little bit more about reading. So even though in year 4 the children are a little bit older, we still think it's really beneficial for you to read with your child, rather than expecting them to just read every night on their own. The reason for this is that you can correct their pronunciation, you can explain meanings of new words, you can ask them questions to check their comprehension, and they can also ask you questions if they have any about their books. We recommend 20 minutes a day of reading. So this could be 10 minutes together and 10 minutes independently, or it could be the whole 20 minutes with you. We also think sometimes it's beneficial for you to read part of their book to them as well. There's an interesting fact on the board, which if you've been in the school before, I'm sure you've heard. If you read 20 minutes a day with your child across the course of the year, they will be exposed to 1.8 million words, whereas if they just read for 5 minutes a day, the total exposure is 282,000. So it's well worth putting the time in the evenings with the children. We also ask you to encourage a love of reading with the children. So model your own excitement about reading their book with them, finding out what their new book is or what happens next in the story. If you see it as a chore every evening, then so will they. And if you're a reader, so if you read in the evenings, explain why you read, the benefits to you. Maybe it helps you sleep or relax. Maybe you do it to enjoy or to learn. And it's this sort of attitude that we want to foster in our children to make them lifelong readers. Mr. Lucas.
Okay, so we're just going to have a look at some of the apps that we use here on a daily basis here at the Academy. I know this is an area that often causes a lot of confusion and has a lot of questions. So just to reassure, any questions you have, please forward them on. We realize to some of you this will be new software, and we want to help you through that in terms of usernames, passwords. We manage all of that side. It is also worth noting as well, you'll never be asked to pay for apps. So anything that you're downloading, anything that we're asking the children to get, will always be free as well. So again, it's always just worth checking. We're going to use quite a few this year, but these are our main 4. So I'm going to talk you through them briefly. We'll start with Century. So Century is a fantastic piece of digital AI that we use to create personal learning journeys for the children. So it will be easier, and hopefully we'll be doing some workshops and bits and pieces for them, but it will show you the children basically go around answering questions, and like Jenna said already, we're going to be setting home learning nuggets tests with them also, and then that computer and that AI will then create a learning journey and a pattern based on their needs and requirements. So again, really something to engage with, get asking your kids about it, because the more information they put in, the more use it becomes to them. Timetable Rockstars, again, on a daily basis, and especially as we get into our multiplication and our division further down the line in maths, kids knowing their times tables is just one of the most important parts of the year 4 curriculum. So just a nice little game, get some practicing. We run competitions for scores, and they will get levels and things like that attached to it as well. So again, really good for engagement. Seesaw is an online work portfolio we use. So again, children are able to display their work, and we can use peer-to-peer feedback in order to get them thinking about what their next steps may be. And Accelerated Reader. So Miss Young's already talked about their reading every evening. They will be reading AR books, and they are then able to take tests on these books to show their understanding, not just of what they're reading, but obviously with increasing difficulty of questions around it. So again, 4 really important ones to kind of for the children to be working with, and then for the adults, because you guys get homework as well. We got Learning Ladders and we have GEMS Connect. Now, Learning Ladders is obviously a piece of software we use for assessing children, and a good way of demonstrating where they are at different stages. You'll be able to see in live time where exactly or what assessment level they're getting for different objectives. It's also good to show you a roadmap of what we're actually teaching across the entire academic year. So you'll be able to access that. And then GEMS Connect, which is just a very useful way of connecting everything in one place. Can be used in multiple languages, and again, is personalized to yourself. If you have more than one child in the school, it's your one-stop shop for everything in terms of assessment, in terms of documentation, different needs and such. So again, one we'd thoroughly encourage you to use. Again, if you have any questions for those, the teachers will be able to answer them. In terms of usernames, passwords, we've got all that sorted, so don't panic. All right. And Lucy.
Okay, I'm going to talk to you briefly about our social media. So we do use Twitter and Instagram a lot in year 4. All the teachers behind me like to share their children's learning journeys, what we are getting up to in the classroom, achievements in year 4. And it's also a great way for parents to keep up to date with what we're doing in the classroom and how we teach our different topics, the different activities the children are doing, classroom trips. So we urge you to follow our Twitter and our Instagram account. They are on the screen for you now. So please do engage in our social media. We'd love to see you liking and commenting on the posts that we make. Every classroom teacher will make a couple of posts each week to keep you up to date with what's happening in the classroom. So please do follow and keep up to date. And if you are struggling to find us on Twitter or Instagram, please go to your child's classroom teacher and they will help you with that. And healthy eating. We are a healthy eating school, so we would really like to promote healthy eating as much as possible. So if your child is having a lunchbox, we urge you to ensure that it's containing healthy snacks, a nice balanced diet, variety of different foods in there. Water bottles are also really important. A child should be bringing in a water bottle each day. If it is a swimming or a PE day, please could you send in 2 water bottles? As you know, it's very hot. The children obviously will drink more on these days because they're exercising. So please do make sure there's an extra water bottle in there for them. We do have healthy eating monitors in our classrooms, and those children, it's their job and responsibility to hand out dojo points for the healthy foods in children's lunchbox. So it's great if you could ensure that we've got lots of healthy food, so your child will be awarded those dojo points, those awards for their healthy lunchboxes. We do have Treat Tuesday, so the children can bring in a treat on a Tuesday to enjoy, and that's up to you to decide what that might be. And finally, we are a no nut school. We do have a child in year 4 with quite a severe nut allergy, so we please ask that you send in no nut products at all in the lunch boxes, if that is okay. And that's me done. So I'm going to pass on to Mr. Kane.
Thank you very much, Ms. Cooper. Okay, here at the Academy, we have 3 highly trained and specialised counsellors who work all the way through school. Now, one of the priorities for KHDA and Dubai is about well-being. So well-being is really, really important. The children's well-being, children's state of mind, not only does it affect their ability to learn, but also their social skills and their development. These 3 ladies we have here, like I said, are very highly trained, and they're available not only to deal with children on a day-to-day basis, but also for you to contact if you have any concerns at home or you want any questions answered. You can see there on the right, Mrs. Bradwell is our Director of Inclusion, and she is, I'm not just saying this, she is one of the best in the whole of Dubai. And our 2 counsellors, Mrs. Hughes and Ms. Johnson, work with her closely and with our children. So please, please, please feel free to speak to your class teacher or one of these 3 counsellors if you have any issues or any concerns or any questions about children's well-being, whatever that may relate to. We will pass this PowerPoint on, so you don't need to be worrying too much about quickly jotting down those emails. And finally, in the same vein, you can see here some of our really important contacts that we have that many parents might want to get hold of, including our school transport service, the finance team. Wellington Academy is stacked full of very, very highly skilled and specialised teachers. So you can contact any of them. First port of call, of course, is the Year 4 teachers and Miss Brunton, our excellent head of Year 4. So, like I said, we will pass this on and you can have those contacts there. But please, please, please feel free to contact us. The relationship, the stronger that is between the teachers and the parents, the better it is for us and the children. And at the end of the day, that's everyone's goal here. So I'm going to say thank you very much. If you did have any questions, please email us, come and speak to us. And I'm going to say thank you very much from all the team and say goodbye. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Okay, what we're going to do is coming and that is what questions in the auditorium. Teachers are going to step outside the doors this way.